Promotional considerations provided by Daytona 500 winner Trevor Bayne at age 20 in his second race ever at the Cup level, and he'll find his way to victory lane as we welcome you live on Fox to the Sprint post-race show from the Daytona 500. His hero Jeff Gordon, and on a record-setting day at the Daytona 500, Trevor the hero. Let's go down live to victory lane.
Into a race car has dreamt of this moment. But what happens when you're a kid yourself, just 20 years old yesterday? Travis, I'm going to say some words to you. You're a Daytona 500 winner. Has it sunk in?
No, I keep thinking I'm dreaming. I really do. I mean, man, we said a prayer before, and, you know, we pray a lot and we expect a lot of things, but this just shows how powerful God is. And, man, I'm so thankful for the job that these guys did on this race car because it's unbelievable. I mean, this thing is our first 500. Are you kidding me? To win our first one, our second ever Cup race, I mean, this is just incredible. I mean, I can't thank the guys that worked with me all day enough. I mean, you know, there were 10, 15 different drivers that pushed us. Carl helped us there to get across the line. I don't know what happened with David there at that one point, but wow, this is unbelievable. I mean, these guys, Ford Motorcraft, the Wood Brothers. How cool is it to see the Wood Brothers back there in victory lane? We got Leonard over here. He is the man. And, you know, it's unbelievable. And, you know, thanks to Sprint and everybody for the series. Thanks to the fans that are out here. I mean, I've never been to a racetrack with this many people here, and to win on this kind of platform is just incredible.
Trevor, we heard you say, I don't even know where to go. When you pulled in, we all had to tell you, no, wait, stay in the car. And then we had to tell you to put it in gear so you didn't roll right out.
You know what? It's crazy to get my first Cup win before a nationwide win, but I didn't know how to get to victory lane. But we'll find our way back, hopefully, because this is, man, I'm telling you what, this is incredible.
And I believe the King is here as well to congratulate you, as is the Wood Brothers. An absolutely emotional win. Most 20-year-olds are trying to figure out which college class to go to. Trevor Bayne just added his name to the most elite list in motorsports history. Steve?
Well, Krista, with Dale Earnhardt Jr., I just said, hey, you had a fast race car. He said, what about the driver? All right, we'll give the driver some credit. I know it's not the finish that you wanted, but are you encouraged by how well you ran?
I figured we'd run good. I was real happy how fast we got up through there at the start of the race. I want to congratulate the Wood Brothers and the whole team there. They did an awesome job. Had a good car all weekend, and that boy drove his heart out, and proud of them. But we run good and had as much fun as we could under circumstances there. It's kind of crazy at the end. That restart where I wrecked, I mean, that was some funny stuff on the bottom down there. But we just got hit in the quarter panel trying to get by a wreck, and we may have caused a few today. I don't know. It was wild, but I want to thank all my guys on my team. Worked hard. Hendrick Engines and the body man and everybody worked real hard to get us down here and make us run as good as we did. Just shame we couldn't get a good finish for them.
We'll see you at Phoenix, Jr. Matt Yoakum.
Steve Carl Edwards listened in on Trevor Bayne's celebration and excitement in victory lane. You remember your first win. You almost got your first 500 win today. What happened on that last lap?
I need to see a replay, but I just have to say thank you to Aflac, thank you to Scott's, Ford. That's Ford's 600th win. And Trevor Bayne, you guys, is a good guy. He is a cool guy. And it's not worth it listening to him, how excited he is, but it sure is neat to hear him, how excited he is. And the fans are great here. I need to see a replay. I thought that maybe Gilliland and I had enough steam that we could go to the outside of Trevor and get him, but I didn't. Trevor's car was fast, and that's a wild Daytona 500, guys.
Great way to start the year for Carl Edwards, second here in Daytona. Dick?
David Reagan almost won the Daytona 500. Tell us about the heartbreak.
It'll take us a long time to get over this one, Dick. First of all, thank you to UPS and everyone for our support for the 2011 season. But, we fired in the box, and I guess NASCAR just, in their judgment, moved down to the bottom lane too early. I felt like that I hadn't committed the whole way, as I see it on the replay here. It's pretty clear I'm down there, but my left side tires aren't on the yellow line. So I need to go over and have a talk with Mike Elton or some of the guys. If they can explain to me what I did wrong. It'll be a hard lesson to learn, but you know, thanks to Trevor. He was my pushing buddy all day. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have been up there, but our UPS team's strong, and looks like the Ford teams are back on top.
David Reagan came so close, Mike.
That he did, but to see Glenn and Leonard Wood in victory lane where they last stood in 1976, Trevor Bayne brings them across to become the 7th driver to score his first Sprint Cup win in the biggest race of the season, the Daytona 500. What a day. All the bump drafting and all the teaming and two-timing and tangoing. And it all comes down to a fellow who didn't have any bad habits to unlearn.
I want to show you my bio sheet on Trevor Bayne. It's blank, but not after today. I think Jeff Gordon recognized something in this kid on Thursday, and he worked with him. And when Jeff Gordon says, you're good enough to run with me, you're also good enough to win the Daytona 500. The Wood brothers, who doesn't love the Wood brothers, Larry? And, and they're in victory circle.
You won't hear anybody deny, not even Carl Edwards that finished second, the Wood brothers or Trevor Bayne winning this race. This just goes to show you there's so many young kids out there that grow up through racing. They just dream of going to Daytona. And now Trevor Bayne, it'll be with him the rest of his life. He's a Daytona 500 winner.
A wonderful day for he and the Wood brothers. A great finish for David Gilliland. Rookie Stephen Wallace finishes on the lead lap. Wow. And David Pearson, who Trevor Bayne met for the first time in our studio last evening on Speed, Darrell. David going into the Hall of Fame. That was the Wood brothers' last Daytona 500 win. You put all that together. What a day.
Yeah, you look at that car and it's flawless. It doesn't have a scratch on it.
Kurt, a great way to start the season with the 53rd Daytona 500, and now it's on to Phoenix.
But we have found a challenger to Jimmy Johnson for the championship. All right, now we don't want to rush him yet, but it was really the Daytona 520, right? We had a second overtime, a 5th time in the last 7 years that we've gone to a green-white checker. Where did a guy like Trevor Bayne come from?
Well, we're real close to the magical kingdom. It does prove that dreams do come true around here. It really is. It's something magical. This kid showed some muscle, showed a lot of composure all weekend long, all the way back to the dual 150 when he and Jeff Gordon worked together, exclusively, and had a very good finish. And even though they crashed on the final lap, they were able to repair this car with the help of Roush Fenway and everybody in the Wood brothers. They worked on the car. It just goes to show you hard work and patience do pay off.
And guts from Trevor Bayne. Remember, Dick Berger reported, hey, they were risky on fuel towards the end with the second overtime. But Ford finishes 1, 2, 3 at the 53rd running of the Daytona 500. Let's go back down to the track. Matt Yoakum.
The Daytona 500, the last lap, Kurt Busch from turn 2 to the finish. What chess move could you have done differently?
I needed to be on the bottom. I was trying to protect the middle. Spotter's like, watch out, here they come. And it just didn't seem like me and Montoya could get enough steam built up as far as just the run. But I was in perfect position. I had Montoya pushing. I was running third. I made a mistake. I needed to be on the bottom side of the racetrack. And, it's tough. We came all this way and came up a little shy. But all in all, the points stay. We'll take it. But to have a run at history is pretty special. We tried to block it out all day. We had to fight through adversity. But for Shell and Pennzoil and Dodge, this was a great way to start off. AAA, those guys are great. Coca-Cola, it's great to have them on our program. And everybody that's on board, I'm really looking forward to the rest of the year. It's amazing. The season's going to start now. We're getting Daytona over with. So real happy with this 5th. All in all, just to make a mistake on the last lap, I'm going to be the one that's got the sour feeling in my stomach.
What a speed week for Kurt Busch. A first, and a 5th.
Well, you had an eventful day.
It didn't start out so well, did it? But it certainly ended up all right. Our M&M's Camry took a beating today. I think everybody's car did, but so proud of the guys. They kept digging all day. We spent probably the most time on pit road today, but we got out of here with a good 8th place finish. So we can smile about that. With as much rough handling and wrecks and blown motors and everything else that was going on today that made it crazy and wild for everybody up in the stands and on TV with Fox, it was a good race for us. We can't complain. And I would like to have gotten with my brother there at the end and tried to help push him, but unfortunately we had a tire rub there. We came down and fixed it, made sure we didn't have any bigger problems than what we already had. So again, thanks Joe Gibbs Racing and all the guys at M&M's and Toyota.
Now Kyle Busch made a lot out of a difficult situation, finished 8th today.
Every parent wants their child to achieve their dreams, whether they put them in basketball or singing or motorsports. Your son, Stephanie, just achieved the ultimate dream. What does this mean to you?
I can't even put into words what it means to me and what it means to him, because he has worked so hard since he was little. You know, to get here and in the stands with 50 to go, I just kept thinking, just let him finish the race. Just let him finish the race. I never dreamed he'd be here.
Well, what did he say to you when you came into victory lane?
I haven't really gotten to talk to him yet because this has been going crazy. So I haven't, he just looked at me and hugged me, and we haven't even got to talk.
Could you see in his eyes, though, what this meant to him?
I could see, yeah. Yeah, it's unreal. He had a birthday yesterday. I said, happy birthday, Trevor.
The best birthday present we could ever think of. Chris?
All right, thanks very much. And on a record-setting day at Daytona, and, of course, the youngest Daytona 500 winner eclipsing Jeff Gordon, who was the guy who talked to him, who helped him this week, called him his idol. Leaders, 22 record here. Lead changes, 74 record here. And the cautions, 16, made it the second slowest Daytona 500 ever. But don't tell that to Trevor Bayne. It's number one in his heart. And what a story. I think it tells you that you can come from anywhere, the millions and millions of people who drive, the best of the biggest race, and this guy made it happen.
And we talked about in our pre-race, this kid was going to wind up being a superstar. Well, today, he just climbed the ladder right to the top, right on the get-go. Can you believe it? I mean, you take a look at people who won the first Sprint Cup win here at Daytona, guys like Tiny Lund, Mario Andretti, Pete Hamilton, Michael Waltrip, Trevor Bayne, Sterling Marlin. It's an incredible list, and so many of these people right here. I mean, again, they owe so much to this one track and what this event does for their career.
The Great American Race. Coming up on Fox, programming you will enjoy. And then we have next Sunday in Phoenix, noon Pacific, 3 Eastern. Last year the race won when Ryan Newman overtook Jeff Gordon on that 1 mile track out in the desert. So we hope you tune in for that. We'll see if Trevor can hang with the big boys early. Jeff Gordon, Jimmy Johnson taken out on lap 29 in that 15-car wreck. You saw Dale Earnhardt Jr. fighting to the end with Tony Stewart. If you want more post-race coverage live from Daytona, you can check out Victory Lane on Speed or enjoy the programming as we continue here on Fox. But Trevor Bayne, talk about not just in racing, he can etch his name up there with the greats in sports. Youngest quarterback to win a Super Bowl, Ben Roethlisberger. Youngest golfer to win a Masters, Tiger Woods. And the youngest driver to win the Great American Race, the Daytona 500, 20-year-old Trevor Bayne. Daytona repaved and re-energized on a day when 43 of the best drivers in the world came together with one goal. It was that man in a second overtime, Trevor Bayne, surviving to win the Great American Race. For our entire gang, thanks for watching NASCAR on Fox.
Long may you ride.